This is TeamOkra's gold build. I'm Tyler Amway, and this is my level. So the player starts in this open area where they will be acquiring their first objective right there and getting a message saying that the water has been contaminated and that they shouldn't jump in it. So first I'm going to use these planks to build a bridge to get across this water. Once across, I'll get a message saying that this wood here can be used to break the doors. So I'm going to do that. Inside is just an extra collectible. It's not needed to progress. So here I'm going to have to crouch under here, walk under here, and then use the grab nail to move these crates out of the way, allowing me to crouch underneath this wall. There's another door, and here's another river that I need to cross by using these planks. Behind me, right there, is another extra collectible. So once I reach here, the first objective's done, and I'll get a message saying 6 scrap equals 1 key. This will also allow me to get all my other objectives, and in here it is to get the power online and collect 2 out of the 6 scrap. So the first one is right there, and then I'm going to have to crouch underneath these fallen platforms. I'm going to go up the stair, or up the ladder, and the second scrap is right over here. So I'm just going to jump up around the second area, and this will lead me to where the power is. That door right there will be unlocked once the power is activated. Alright, now I'm going to just jump over here, and this computer monitor is what I use to get the power on, and this elevator will now work. It'll take me down. Alright, this door is now open, so I'm going to go out here, and this is where I will be able to access the other areas that will allow me to get the rest of the scrap. So the next piece is right there. There's another one inside this building here, and outside behind there is just another extra collectible. So next I'll be going into this warehouse, and I will have to go and collect the last 2 pieces of scrap. One is underneath the stairs here, and the other one will require me to go up this and kind of work my way around. And the final scrap is on this shelf. Now that I have all the scrap, I'm going to go back outside to a building that has a refinery inside that I'm going to be using to make a key. It is right here. I'm going to interact with the door and go inside. And once I have all 6 scrap, I can press this and I will acquire my key. Once I have the key, I'm to return to the warehouse, and then I will be able to unlock the safe. So the safe is right here. Press E to open the safe. Inside is the best artifact that I'll acquire, and I will run out here, and that is the end of my level.
Hi, my name is Anthony Ambrose, and welcome to my section of TeamOkra's gold build. We come through the transition over here from Tyler back into my level, where you're told what to do, and you had to find the first key fragment. Now the player would come over here to the right, crawling underneath these boxes to shimmy over here into the arcade area. They'd have to come up here and pick up their first key fragment, and then they'll be able to complete the objective. This is mainly to help the player get acquainted with what they need to be looking for, the different animations, the styles, the colors, and everything like that. Then the player will be coming over here, try to get over the wall, but they just can't. So they see their objective, and they have to stack the boxes to jump over the wall. Whoops. So, the player can either use this big box over here and try to climb up, but it's easy to fall like that. So, what they can do is move it over, pick it up, throw it against the wall, and then use these smaller boxes over here to be able to climb up onto it. and then you come over here, jump up, and then you crawl in. And then you get into the hallway where it tells you that water hurts you, so you can't really stay in it for too long. And if you do fall in here, I do have it where you can be able to jump out onto these lower edged ones over here. So the player comes through, they get that piece, and then they are told, good job, now you made it into the movie theater. Search the rest of the area for the other 5 key fragments. So right away the player will see one, and it'll lead them onto this path over here, where they can either go left, back into the theater, or right into the demolished bathrooms where there's a bunch of puddles and leftover water from wherever the pipes were. So the player will come over here, do this little skill jump onto the island, and pick up another piece and another piece of lost knowledge. Then they come back over here, making the jumps, because if they fall in, they will lose health. And then they'll come back over here, and they can either crawl under or jump over. Jumping over is much quicker, obviously. And then they'll see the 2 pickups right here, the key fragment and the lost knowledge, right out the corner of their screen. So they'll have to keep an eye out for that. And then they'll come over here and crouch underneath here, and they can change the camera angle so that they can better see, and then change it back once they get out. And then they'll see this blue button and want to press it and try to get in. But you can hear I'm pressing E and you can't, and that's because you need to make sure you have all 7 key fragments before you can open the door. So then the player will turn around and see both of the last 2 floating right here. So jump up on the stage, grab the key fragment and the lost knowledge, and then they'll come over here to this other floating one, pick it up, and then there's even a little bit of money for them if they want to pick it up too. The player will come back over here to the door, picking up this other piece of money, and now they can actually come up here, press E, yeah, and then the player will come through over here, where they will be told, oh look, a car. Oh, my cursor popped up. They'll be told, oh look, a car, and then they'll walk up to the car, get the message and the objective. They'll be told that they have to gather the gas can, the keys, and the air freshener as a little bit of a joke for them. So the players will walk over here and crawl underneath the stairs to pick up the keys, or the air freshener. Then they'll crawl back from underneath, jump up over here through this terrain onto the stairs, walk their way up to the 2nd floor, where they can climb around these boxes or crawl underneath them, pick up the gas can, oh, missed it, pick up the gas can, and then they'll have to come over here searching behind all the boxes, looking in every corner, trying to find the keys, and then they'll see the floating blue box right there. The player will walk over to the keys, pick them up, and then they've completed that objective. So they go back downstairs so that they can start the car and transition into the next level. You crawl down, you climb down the stairs, you walk on over to the car, and you want to make sure you move these boxes too so that you can actually have a clear path, because you can't really drive through massive wooden crates. And then you walk over here, you press E on the car again, the animation and the sound, and then you'll be on your way to the next level. The player will be dodging the spikes through this little cutscene, even though it's already animated for them and they won't really have to do much, if anything at all. Then they arrive at the next level, hop out the car because it crashed in the curb and they wrecked the car, and then this is where they'll be going into the next level.
I'm Zachary Stancliffe, and this is my section of our level. So as the player enters the abandoned airport, they will first find a piece of cloth that hints them that they need to build a parachute to get down to the runway. From there, the player will gather the rest of the pieces of cloth so that way they can assemble the parachute and get down safely. The player uses this box here to be able to climb up onto this debris and cross across this beam to pick up the last piece of the parachute. There is a barrier here that cannot be passed until the player has acquired a crowbar that can be found up ahead. Once the player has the crowbar, they can go back and interact with the barrier to get rid of it. Once the player has all the pieces of the parachute, they can get down to the runway through the open boarding ramp in Terminal A. Once they are down on the runway, the player has to go over to this plane and turn off the winds that are creating an impassable barrier for the player. Once they have done that, they have to go over to the air control tower. Once they have found the air control tower, they will see that it's locked off. And from there, they can interact with this helicopter and pull the side panel off to get another collectible. From here, the player runs up to the collect section of the main terminal, where they will find the key to the air control tower. In here, there is now a turret that will damage the player as they move through. The player has to grab the key and get back out. Once the player has the key, they can go back to the door to the air control tower and they can now get through. Once they've gotten up here, they can move these physics objects out of the way, and then they can advance to Terminal B. Once they're at Terminal B, the player finds out that the power is out and they have to collect 3 gears to repair a generator at the end of the hallway. Once the player has collected these 3 gears, they can interact with the generator and it will turn the power in Terminal B back on. Once the power is back on, the player can now get to the roof of Terminal B, and their goal is to get to the end of the roof where the helicopter is waiting for them to leave. Once the player gets to the helicopter, they interact with it by pressing E to get to the next level.
Yep. Just because it's segmented doesn't mean.
My name's Jordan Ferris, and this is my part of the level. After we land the helicopter, we'll start by walking down the road here. And we want to get into this building, but there's a force field blocking the front door. So we make our way to the alley on the side and hack this generator. And now when we come back to the front door, the force field is gone, but there are lasers blocking the way. So we can move a box in front of the lasers to get through and make our way through the lobby of the building. And we want to use the elevator to get down to the basement, but right now there's no power. So we can go into the library and hack this generator. When the player hacks this generator, obviously turrets will come up, taps will turn on, and you'll want to quickly run out. And once we're down in the basement, there's rubble blocking our path, so we'll want to take this alternate route through the cave. And we don't want to land in the water because it will hurt us, so we can just move this block so that we can get onto the platforms. And there's another force field blocking our way, so we'll want to hack this generator too. And more turrets. And once we hack this generator, they'll turn off. And here's our vault that we need to get into. So we'll hack one more time to open the door. And there's more lasers. So we can just use another crate to block the laser. And our objective is that white pickup over there. Once we pick it up, we can leave and go back to this room on the side and exit through this vent. And once we exit through this vent, we just need to make our way to the end to get to the next level.
Alright, and I'm Kevin Ayad, and this is the beginning of my level. You have to jump over this wall. You have to find something to get over it. So you can use one of these rocks, rubble. take it over to the wall. Use it to jump over. And you realize that you have to check under these crates for a collectible. Now you have to find 2 more to open the train. Get some collectibles on your way there. Remove the rubble out of the way. And you got a checkpoint. Then you have to find 2 more power supplies until you can open the train. Find some collectibles on your way there. And you can check the doors. And these doors have 1 more power supply in them. So you grab the power supply. And you can it's a broken train, so you can just break down the doors however you please. This one as well, broken down. You can blast the rubble out of the way. You have to make it over the water to advance. You can use the rock to jump over the platforms, or jump over the water to get to the platform. Alright, I'm going to use this rock to be able to jump on the next one. And you reach.
Does this happen?
And once you make it, you can finally get inside the train. And you can finally collect the diamond.
Alright, so you travel up this pipe right here, do a little jump, and then that will take you into my level. Look at that shot, that's beautiful. So you come on down this hill over here. You should probably jump to make it faster. And what you need to do is you need to take these platforms and then just click that right into the wall. And you can see there are little collectibles there, so in case you don't catch the initial, the fact that you can click those in, you can kind of accidentally do it when you try to get the collectibles. So there you go. Now you can see that we have an interesting camera angle here, but we will adapt. It'll make things a bit tougher to do, but hey, it's fine. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's a cinematic camera angle. You love it, you know you do. So anyway, after finishing that, you just climb up the wall, come over here, and then you'll get a little message about, oh look, down there it's the boat, up there is the crane, and basically what I need to do is I need to come down here, go down this ladder, and then you come past this panel, and it doesn't actually do anything because it's gonna open that up story-wise, but like gameplay-wise doesn't actually do anything yet because your scrapper basically places a remote device on it to use it later. And now you need to throw these little cushions onto the boat, which again, a little tough with the interesting dynamic camera angle, but hey, you gotta do it for that nice cinematic feel. So you jump up on that box and you climb up to the stairs, open this door, then over here you can open up this canal gate, and you see those platforms down there that get raised up. Now you just gotta throw these few extra cushions over. And don't worry if you wind up missing one of these throws, because there's little volumes all over the, well, everything. That kind of makes them reset right back into place. So, no need to worry. Obviously you want to, get them on the first try, but you don't have to. See, that didn't reset, but if it fell out the window or somewhere where you couldn't get it, boom, it'd be right back. Now you open this door down here and you get, more cushions, a control panel. I know how this works. And there is a There's a collider right here, like next to the wall, so I can't actually jump on that. Because that's something that some people would try to do. So I open this up, these gates right here. And now, just throw these cushions on board. Did that make it in? Looks like that actually made it in somehow. Probably caught the corner. Oh, okay. Didn't make it in. No problem, no problem. You just gotta work things out here. It's just a little bit of simple geometry. Boom. Right there. Gorgeous. Alright. And... ooh, baby, the triple. We're in, boys. Alright, so now you just do this simple platforming section. And you just... hop across. Keep on hopping. Then you come to this ladder over here. And you do another jump. And we reach the final cushion. Just sort of lift it over the railing. Or, you know, you could take it to the top of the crane and then throw it off from there, but that's just unnecessary. Come over here, get this checkpoint, you climb on up. And one last bit of platforming. Pretty easy. Nothing spectacular. And boom. And now you climb up the crane and you can see this little collectible here and that one down there sort of guiding you to your ideal landing point, and boom, you get a cut and the frame rate takes a nosedive and boom, the boat goes out and you get a little text saying you win. So that was TeamOkra's level and I hope you enjoyed it.